we here? Yo, yo, yo. It's the Red Files podcast, man. And we just witnessed a really big draft. A lot of
Interesting to say the
very
least.
interesting, yeah. I want to pass the baton to you because you know what I'm saying, like I'm a casual, so I'm gonna let you lead and you let me know what was your favorite part of the draft and what's like just overall what you're thinking about what you witnessed today or last night.
Man, very, very, very interesting draft. Going into the draft, um, a lot of folks were saying that it was a very weak draft, but there's a few ways to look at the draft, right? Was there any Wimbys in the draft? No, there was no Wimbyyamas. Was there any LeBrons in the draft? No, there were no LeBrons. But could we pluck out possible Giannis talent or Kawhi talent just because of the projections and where things went? This draft was very unique because I felt like this draft, to not call it a weak draft, I felt like this draft was a draft to build depth. It was a perfect draft for contending teams because anywhere from the first pick to the 30th pick, any of those guys could have arguably been top 10, top 15 picks just because there was no wide margin between the best player and the worst player in the draft. Not to call it weak, but
Right.
there were no superstar-esque players. But I felt like some teams got it right tonight.
Okay.
I felt like some teams were privileged enough to have certain players fall to them, but I felt like there were a few teams that knew what they were away from a championship and went and added that resource. You know, I should say, but great draft. I felt like I said, it was a draft that allowed for good teams to build depth, and some guys ended up on teams that were young, up and coming, and they may be able to do something in the in the near future.
Yep. I agree. A lot of serviceable. I'm looking at them and I'm saying, oh, they have a lot of upside to them because if these NBA teams groom them into being really great players that they are, these look like they're more skilled and very aware of how to, do what they got to do. Players.
Hmm.
They might be bench players, but we might see a surge in teams going crazy because their bench is now keeping up with what's going on in the first five. But yeah, tell me who you think benefited off of this trade,
I think
draft. I'm sorry.
I think that one of the big things, one of the biggest moves of the drafts came very early. There was a lot of hype as to who the Spurs would be able to kind of build around Wemby with, and they were able to add some pieces. But the Minnesota Timberwolves lost in the Western Conference Finals last year. Was very aggressive. They came up into the top 10 of the draft, traded with the Spurs for the eighth pick, and drafted Rob Dillingham, who is a point guard to say the least, an aggressive point guard, flashy passer. And if you saw the Timberwolves last year with Mike Conley hurt, they really, really was in trouble. So, getting yourself a point guard as flashy as Rob Dillingham, probably one of the most exciting players, if not the most exciting player in the draft, to get him in the top eight and to be the Timberwolves who lost in the Western Conference Finals and to come up into the top eight to get a player like Rob, I felt like that was uh, an exciting trade that like sparked the draft. Like now you're looking around to see who gets who and where people land now because
Right.
the Minnesota Timberwolves was one of those contending teams that I talked about that were able to get a guy that could assist them to kind of get them over the hump. You know,
Gotcha.
so that was one, and another one that I really liked was later on in the draft. I felt like the Lakers got a steal.
Speak about it.
Dalton Kennett out of Tennessee. He is probably one of the older guys in the draft. his journey was a bit different. I believe he started at a mid major and then was able to transfer to Tennessee. Again, an older guy, but he is, I would say, the most NBA ready prospect. His game is a lot similar. It's funny that they drafted him because he plays a lot like Austin Reeves, very aggressive on offense. He can
How
rebound.
tall is he?
Dalton Kennett, I think I think he is like 6'6", maybe. Maybe 6'5", 6'6". I don't really know. I don't have his info.
Okay. He taller than Reeves, or are they about the same height?
Him and Austin Reeves are pretty much around the same height, actually. And they play a similar game. I think Dalton Kennett is a bit more aggressive on the rebounding end.
Yeah.
But similar games. Let me look up Austin Reeves, actually, while you said it. Austin Reeves is 6'5", and while looking up Dalton Kennett, also 6'5". So you're bringing another guard into play who plays a lot similar to Austin Reeves, but he's polished, NBA ready. I don't know what they'll do with him because of their lineup right now. Like, are you going to give up D'Lo now? What's going to happen here? Are you going to have Austin Reeves and Dalton Kennett play the 1 and the 2? You know, it was just an interesting pick, but I felt like they got a steal player in the draft because he was falling so far. And then you look into guys who got drafted early, like man, shout out to France, man. They had a lot of guys getting drafted tonight. A lot of guys out of France who either went to France from the U.S. to play a little bit or just are French prospects. You know, I would say early on, the biggest name in the draft prior to today, Alex Sarr from France. Don't know what his movement was. That
who's Alex Sarr?
Alex Sarr was the number 2 pick in the draft.
Okay.
Kid out of France. He's about 7'1" or so. I don't know what the Wizards have in store for him, but he went to the Wizards, and he is. I could see him panning out to be a lot like Evan Mobley, maybe a poor man's Evan Mobley, or maybe like a poor man's Kristaps Porzingis kind of player. You know, so we'll see how that pans out. But you know, they had a lot of guys coming off the board. The number 1 pick, Zachariah. I don't know too much about his game, to be honest with you. Number 1 pick is from France, went to the Hawks, and then Alex Sarr went number 2 out of France as well. From he went to the Wizards.
I seen Bronny James not here. What happened?
Bronny James did not get drafted.
Damn.
And the NBA is doing something a little different this year, actually. I guess for more viewership, they extended the draft to 2 days. So normally the draft is one night.
Oh, so you think you think they're gonna try to draft him in the second round? I'm mad. I'm trying to pull up this stuff, but I can't pull it up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be the second round of the draft, and I would imagine Bronny gets drafted. I feel like a lot of teams address the needs. I don't really know. Okay, so the draft order for tomorrow, if you're looking at teams that have picks, you got to consider a few. Here's a few teams that I would say that would ultimately probably consider drafting Bronny. And one of those teams obviously are the Lakers. You know, that's just going to be something to consider. The Lakers are picking 55 in the draft out of the 58 total picks. But the Lakers consider the Suns because there's a lot of rumors of KD possibly leaving to join the Rockets. The Knicks, just because the Knicks really don't need to fill any additional holes. They made some really good picks tonight, some serviceable picks who may not play in the NBA right away, but some guys that could possibly build depth, and they can get a big in free agency. I don't know who yet, but I'm sure there's some guys out there that they can probably get. But the Knicks, just because they don't really need to address any specific needs. So I'm thinking tomorrow you're probably going to see a team like the Lakers, the Knicks. I know the Suns was one of the only teams that Bronny James worked out for.
Right.
And then your guys, to be honest with you, I think the Heat. could potentially be a name to look out for.
Man,
James.
screw them guys, man.
That's
Screw them guys, man.
those are probably my best guess. My best guess picks right now.
On the draft, look, there's a lot of European players that are not, either not European, but a lot of people, international players. I want to say, I don't want to say European, but a lot of international players starting to become into the NBA. My only thing against this is, are you sacrificing American bred talent for more viewership? And if you do that, are you taking you because you're taking away people's jobs, right?
Right.
Do we now start to expand more teams now? Now we have to have more teams. If this thing is gonna go, as big as we think it is, right? And let's say NBA creates a global thing, right? Where they got their teams now actually on the East, and they build their teams up, whatever, in the NBA, and they have their finals, and then their finals, their last guys go against our last guys. That'd be kind of dope. But that's just me thinking like far in the future.
Right.
But yeah, how do you feel about a lot of international players getting into this draft, man, taking away a lot of American players' dreams?
The NBA has done a really, really good job at building a farm system to connect to the international players. One thing that you got to consider is the fact that basketball in the United States, or the development of basketball players in the United States, is vastly different than it was before. And what you're seeing is a lot of these farm players, like, for instance, if there's a camp in, let's just say, Kenya, right? If there's a camp in Kenya and high school coaches see this kid who's probably 16 going on 17, and they could probably use this 7-foot kid out of Kenya. That's how the farm system is created. Bring him up here, put him in a prep school, and then he's playing in these colleges, and then he's drafted out of this college. But a lot of people don't realize that he is still from this farm international system. There were some guys that got drafted tonight out of, I believe, Congo, and I think he might have played for Baylor or something like that. I could be completely wrong about where this guy's from, but he was a kind of one of those players that developed from that international farm system. But now when you're talking about the US, these kids just want to be on Ball is Life mixtapes. They're not really polished as they were before. So the talent has decreased. If
do you think that's a current NBA thing, or do you think the up and coming kid? Because I only slightly disagree with you. Only reason why I say that is because, have we seen these young kids really play, and can you really determine that they're not using their IQ, or is it that these coaches are kind of grooming them into this kind of formulaic kind of way? Like, I think if somebody remember, there's a clip where Paul George says that there was like these talented guys on the team. It's like, yo, why you don't play them? Why you don't play them? And it's like, nah, we got this kind of thing set up a certain way. Going to speaking what you were saying. So yeah, I agree that the talent is kind of bad. I don't mean to push down on your point, but I agree the talent is not as good. But is it fair that we say that this talent pool that's coming in and the talent a little bit under them, are they geared to take the? Because I feel like they are ready to take the NBA. So if we got somebody like Anthony Edwards, right, and then we look at Jokic, who is the one that's going to really give me the image for the NBA to move forward? Is it Jokic or is it Anthony Edwards?
You're thinking Anthony Edwards, obviously, and I'd probably say the same, just because of him being more marketable. Not only that, but he's talented as well. But when you're looking at it, bro, like, things advance, right? And these coaches, because of the time that we are in, these NBA coaches are less of developmental style coaches.
Right. Speak on that.
When you look back in the day, a team like the Spurs were considered a dynasty for 20 plus years. And when you look at Greg Popovich, he developed all of those guys. Those guys all were drafted by Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. All those guys were drafted by the Spurs, and he developed those players. Then you got guys like Darvin Ham, who's writing notes on the on the clipboard with the, it's a different style of coaching and it's a different style of player. Example, the number one player out of high school last year went to USC. He dealt with a bit of injuries, but he got drafted tonight. But you would
Oh wow.
expect. What's that?
No, I said, oh wow.
Yeah, he got drafted tonight. He was the number one player out of high school last year, dealt with a bit of injuries at USC, but you would expect for him to still be. I'll give you an even better example. Back in the day, when Kyrie Irving committed to Duke, he played about maybe 20 or 30% of his games because of, I believe it was turf toe.
Damn.
So he didn't play a lot of college games, but teams were still willing to go pick him number one because of his development, right? Because he wasn't just an AAU basketball player. He went from averaging a ton of points as a freshman to going into a system at St. Patrick and really still being the best player while giving up a lot of what he had before. If you know what I'm saying? So let's think of Kyrie possibly being a top 5 player in his high school class, going to Duke and still going number one. Now we're talking 10 plus years later, this kid, Isaiah Collier, number one pick, going to a good school in USC, getting hurt, and then being drafted number 30, I believe it was. You know what I'm saying? It's a different style of development for these players.
Right.
And unfortunately, in the United States, they went a different route, So now kids want to go play in the NBA minor league, or they want to go play overseas before they get a chance to play in the NBA because of their lack of playing. Like, I'll give you kind of to kind of go into what I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
Guys like Zion Williamson had to play in AAU just because of the talent, so he could show how good he is, because the players that he was playing against in South Carolina were about 5'5". There was no comp. So you have to settle. You have to settle into playing AAU basketball, but AAU basketball is so run and gun, no structure. There's no development anymore.
Right. When you watch AAU, they just be like, "I'm the best baller. I'm gonna just do whatever."
It's a highlight tape. That's what everybody.
Yeah.
And these coaches, because of the money behind AAU, they're not trying to flip the script. They're going to make sure these players are flashy, and who they want to make sure they got the most talented players in AAU and so on. It's no development anymore. The best,
because you know what's funny that you say that. It showed in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the players didn't know what to do, they just looked at dumb. And I'm like, whoa, we coming from like watching Miami and Boston go at it and how smart they were just doing all these plays, where these guys, man, they just praying on the 3 in the corner. Like, what is going on?
Look at the Indiana Pacers, man. It looked like every game they were crossing their fingers to win each game.
Bro, they was always just street balling. Everybody just street balling.
Man. And then when Halliburton got hurt, one of the young kids who I'm sure he came up in that AAU era, he had his best game scoring wise, but he was putting up a lot of shots.
Just shooting shit. Shit. They didn't care. Fuck it.
It's no more development anymore. Like, there's no more developing these players. All
these coaches, they don't even even go back to Darvin Ham when he dropped that shit. Like, yo, bro, that's crazy. You didn't even draw up a play. Like, you just said, what did he say in that shit?
I can't even remember. It was just something that was just horrible, though.
I'm gonna put it on my next Abby. You probably, if you can tomorrow, we'll do the draft talk tomorrow too.
Okay.
Hopefully, Bronny gets drafted, man. But if not, Bronny, man, just go do you, bro. Go to Europe. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's gonna be hard for Bronny Bill because he's just so much of a big name that it's like, even if he go overseas, he has to worry about not being protected anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are you ready for that lifestyle of playing overseas? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You ain't got no friends over there.
Right. But ultimately, man, to be honest with you, with the way this draft is panning out and with best players still left available, I don't see there being a reason for Bronny not to get drafted.
Hold on. My bad. Let me spice this shit the fuck up. My
Let's
bad, bro.
do that. Let's
I've
do that.
been wilding. My bad, bro. JJ Redick just became the coach, right?
Just became the coach of the LA Lakers. Yep.
Who he just drafted?
He just drafted Dalton Knecht. That was their pick tonight.
Over Bronny James?
Anybody would have done that. Dalton Knecht was probably top 5 players in this draft, talent-wise.
I don't give a shit.
But you gotta think about it realistically, man.
If you drafting another person, now I'm on my Stephen A. shit. Don't take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
If you telling me, bro, I have another player similar to Austin Reeves, then why the hell did I draft him for? Because Austin Reeves doesn't play any defense at all. My man's get cooked like almost every other play. And the best time he does play defense is when it's team defense and the team picks up his slack. Like when I see LeBron on his side, I be seeing LeBron like looking over by his side every time, turn. I'm like, bro, Bron, like, damn. Like, Bron can't even stay chill.
The face of the franchise endorsed him, though.
Yo, listen.
He
to all
did.
the Bron haters, hold on. To all the Bron haters, this is where I agree with y'all. That's his fault.
Yeah.
That's all his fault. People do not learn.
But that would be the same reason. That would be he would be at fault for them drafting Bronny James too.
I take an L. Listen, at the end of the day, I have the people on my side because you're gonna draft your son there too. Crazy as hell. Yeah. My son getting in here. You crazy? Nigga, I put in all this work. Nigga, I got you a chip, dog, and COVID. People dying all around us. Nah.
But what LeBron did was he kind of put the Lakers in a situation to where he said he's going to be a free agent this offseason.
So since they didn't draft him, he out of there.
So that's what he's basically forcing people's hand. And I don't blame him. It ain't no different from what LeVar Ball did for his kids.
Where do you think Bron should go? My bad. Where do you think Bron should go?
I think the best bet for him is to go to the Lakers. You know, just
stay there.
Keep it all exactly where it's at.
Fuck that shit, man.
Because the only other team I would see it being beneficial, and it won't be because LeBron is going to change the dynamic of the team and he's damn near 40, is going to Miami.
Nah, they'll kill him there. They'll run him down into the ground, bro.
They'll kill him there, but that's the only team.
I'm going to tell you the best place you can go. It's so simple, bro. It's not even that hard. Go back to Cavaliers, bro. Pack it up there. You got the young niggas, the young point guards, the guys that know what they're doing. They loaded up. Donovan Mitchell's there. Let his dumb ass brickhead go ahead and do shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just pick up on the little mistakes that he make. He gonna be your Kyrie, like your poor man Kyrie. You feel me? Yeah, just I mean, that's the best bet you got to at least getting out of the Eastern Conference.
Then you're gonna have a problem.
What's the problem?
The Cavaliers traded all their picks for Donovan Mitchell. They don't have a pick tomorrow.
They don't, but but they still got good players though.
They still got good players, but then Bronny would go undrafted. They don't have any draft picks, so it would be a case to where Bronny goes undrafted and they pick him up.
Oh wait, hold on. Can Bron do a deal where he goes to Cleveland, and if they go to Cleveland, they take his son?
If Bronny goes undrafted, Bronny could sign to whoever he wants at that point, whoever's calling him. I mean, the Cavaliers picked one pick tonight. They don't have any pick in the second round.
What I'm saying is there a possibility where, like you said, okay, Bronny can go undrafted, right? And now LeBron will be a free agent, right?
LeBron said that he's not re-signing right now. He's opening he's what he's saying is he's testing out free agency this offseason.
Okay, so
what could happen
what I'm saying is a part of his free agency, let's say he has a free agency, right?
Right.
Can he do a deal where wherever he goes, you got to bring my son with me? Is that possible?
He can do that because they're both free agents at that point.
Right.
if Bronny doesn't get drafted, then he gets an opportunity to get on the phone with teams and be like, hey, or teams get an opportunity to be like, yo, 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 I'm trying to get you here, even though I couldn't draft you, I'm trying to sign you. And then Bronny gets an opportunity to pick whatever
So
team on the list.
Why I got a feeling that Bron gonna go. Yo, this part is the super hot take, bro. Super hot take. But I always think left sometimes, man. Why I feel like if they don't draft Bronny, that's a sign that they don't fuck with Bron no more. And they don't draft Bron. Nobody drafts Bron. I mean, nobody takes Bron deal. Like, no deal.
I think it's going to be based on what Bron wants contract-wise. Bron only got 1-2 years left in his career.
How much you think he going to ask for on the contract, though?
He's probably going to ask for what? Hey, I don't know. Bron might just get that 40, 50, 60 mil a year just because he's Bron and there's 2 years left. But he doesn't have that long left. He said it admittedly that he wants to play with his son. And I think if the Lakers don't pick him.
Oh, I see what he could do. This could be the first time where he doesn't take that much money. So they can grab his son.
Right. Yeah. Well, his son is not going to require a bag because he's already going second round. So
right.
He's going to
just want to get in.
Yeah. The thing is, he wants to hear his name called, but it might be a better situation for him to go undrafted.
Yeah,
but he also only chose to work out for 2 teams. He said to every other team.
I didn't understand that decision. What do you think? Like, what was your thoughts on that decision? Him doing that? What was your thoughts?
I felt like he was just forcing certain teams' hands. Like, basically, he was telling everybody, like, I don't want to play for y'all. I just want to play for these 2 teams. Now, when you look at it, what are their options? Because he only wanted to work out for the Suns and the Lakers. So you're limiting yourself, Bronny.
Be a good pick for him because he could play defense, bro.
He could, but now we're looking at none of the Lakers. The Lakers is the only team that have a pick tomorrow.
And Bronny's really a pure point guard. If we're being honest.
Listen, I think Bronny is a great developmental player. I would compare him a lot to Davion Mitchell, kind of Derek White, and we saw what Derek White could do.
Right.
You know, I'm comparing him to those guys, but that's also him getting to that point. He's not there yet, but he can get to that point. Right. Some guys just need a shot, man. This guy has been around.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, people discrediting Bronny. What people are doing wrong with Bronny James is they're immediately comparing him to his father.
That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
There's only one LeBron James. So when Bronny is not playing like LeBron James, he is ass to people. This kid has been around arguably the best player to ever play basketball his entire life, bro.
Mind you, pause real quick, stay right there. Mind you, these are the same people that don't like LeBron James' game. Right? They don't like his style. They'll pick Kobe over LeBron James style. They'll pick Paul George over LeBron James style. These are the same people though, right? It's kind of crazy. Go ahead. It's kind of crazy.
That's what, like, I can't discredit the fact that this man has been around, like I said, arguably the best player to ever play basketball his entire life. He ain't doing just the regular workouts with Chris Brinkley that everybody doing in that gym and, you know, on Instagram. He's not doing it. He's waking up, understanding what his father is doing to pay the bills.
You gotta think, as a big brother, he's being a leader. He's showing his other brothers and even his little sister show, like, yo, I could do this. You could do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? That's a big accomplishment in itself right there.
And there is I could say right now, from picks 10 on down, even some players in the top 10, there are no players that I could just be like are vastly better than Bronny James in this draft. I can't.
I agree.
Maybe I'm just not as knowledgeable of these guys, but I can't just say You know what I'm saying? There are just so many players that are just so much better than he is. The kid had a heart attack.
Bruh, think about that. Think
Like,
about that.
hey
Think
yo,
about that. But do you think is that a reason why they probably don't want to draft him because of his heart issues?
you could say that, but the kid had a heart attack and played the same year.
Same year. That was crazy. Like, what is that? Chris Bosh had to just give up basketball from a heart issue.
Heart attack played the same year, and I believe the third or fourth game coming back out of that heart attack, he had like 15, 16 points or something like that. Like, come on.
Different, bro. He different,
People
bro.
just
Got his
want
dad genes, man.
haters just want to see the demise so bad, bro. They just
Yeah,
do
bro. Like, just
anything.
appreciate something like that, man. Just you know what I mean? Like, appreciate it. You don't got it, it's okay. You'll never be like that. It's no problem appreciating people that are just great at certain things. It's
It's
okay. You
just
know what I mean?
it just makes me question like it just makes me question the outlook on just how people critique things. Like let's just say, God rest his soul, Kobe never died. Would y'all be critiquing Kobe's daughter right before the
Come
WNBA draft?
on, bro. Yeah. What if she has some weird ass shot and you like, oh,
No,
Kobe
like,
doesn't do shit like that. You gotta have the
right.
mentality. Come on.
God rest Gigi's soul too, but like, would y'all be
RIP.
doing that?
Yeah, bro.
Come on now. Like, is
RIP.
it just because?
I
Like,
think people just be I think when people get on the internet, bro, they just choose to be cruel, bro.
yeah,
Because
that's
it's like
exactly what it
you
is.
can't have that conversation in real life. You're not nobody gonna, you know what I'm saying? So you just like you get on the internet and you just spew like
Hate.
dumb rhetoric, bro. Yeah, hate, just hate, bro. Like it's not cool. People work hard for things, man. Just because you didn't work hard for it, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's on whatever you do, that's on you. Can't blame nobody else. Just appreciate somebody that's just going crazy. You know what I mean? Like if you was to go crazy like them, then you probably be in the same position, but you didn't. You know what I mean?
Right,
And that's just hey,
right,
it's not your fault. You know what I mean? Like
right.
they be just like, nah, fuck that. You know, Bronny James he ain't moving like that European nigga. Like, the nigga just had a heart attack and still moving faster than you.
Come on now.
You can't even stay on the court more than 5 minutes in front of him. You'll die.
And it's because of how conditioned and how polished he is, because of how he was raised around his pops, that he
Right.
survived that
Discipline.
heart attack and
Discipline,
played
bro.
just after. Like,
Discipline. He's disciplined. That's somebody I want to. That's a leader.
yeah,
That's what I need. I need that. That's what I need in the point guard. I don't need somebody to jack up shots. No, I need to know what you need to. You need to know where you got to be at on the court. I'm gonna set you up on the right spot, and if y'all need me to shoot, I can shoot. I hit them. You see me hit them threes.
mm-hmm.
You see me hit them threes. You know what I mean? I don't think I missed, bruh. I just had a heart attack, bruh.
It's crazy. Crazy,
Come on
man.
now. What they talking about, Maul?
It starts with being coachable, and there's nothing that says Bronny James isn't coachable.
Hey, come on,
Like,
bruh. You got people that you bringing over here with a language barrier issue. Like, come
that's not
on.
even gonna play. Not even gonna play until their
They ain't gonna
contract is
play.
out in Europe.
They're gonna exploit this shit out them. Like, yeah, Brazil, you love France, and yeah. And he get 1 minute in, and that's his highlight. 4 years. Nah, bro. Come on. And
Facts.
he gonna be on the corners shooting threes. Corner boy.
It's just it's the way of the world, man. It's crazy.
Step the product up, man. And you know, we gotta stop bashing these players because it's now we gotta start bashing these coaches and the ownership. The players
Yep.
are not the issue no more. Now we're seeing who's grooming them to be like this. You can't ask them to be nothing else. This is what they were groomed to do. It's like if you're grooming a certain linebacker for like the new kind of no hitting in the middle kind of defense, they gotta kind of be like, you know, real agile. You have to groom that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't shortcut it by trying to get somebody that's like a middle hybrid. That's not gonna work.
Right.
Like, yeah, he might fill up the stats, but you're not winning no games. So,
It's not beneficial.
no, it's not. It just serves no purpose. It serves a minor monetary gain. The NBA still hasn't made that much money. They made a big deal recently in TV, but that's because TV just getting desperate.
Right.
That's not because we need to. No, that's just they need that. They need that as an arsenal.
They
That's
benefit
all.
off of the streaming battles,
Facts.
the streamer world.
Yeah, they know people gonna tune in for like big games and playoffs and stuff like that. So that's where they make their money at.
Hmm.
Especially if there's no timeline. No, oh yeah, uh, LeBron is playing. Who hate LeBron right now? I don't know who hate LeBron, but
I get what
um,
you're saying, like Steph Curry or
yeah, some kind of narration, the team tricked the other team, and then now they mad at each other. Whatever bullshit.
right nonsense.
Some bullshit. Whatever. We don't even get those kind of storylines, bro. We don't get like, Brook Lopez got tricked up by what's Hartford last time. What would he do in this game? Yeah. Lopez scores 20 and 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, where's that at? You don't even hear that no more. It's like in the corner, three. In the corner, three.
That's all you're hearing now.
Bro, like
Crazy.
I need somebody to get like jugged in the middle of the paint, bro. Then step back three, Carmelo shit. Like
For
I need
real. Where
somebody to
is
get
that
saucy,
basketball?
bro. Word. Like yo, you know what's crazy? They leaving it up to a foreigner in Wimby to study Jamal Crawford. Why did they wait? Why did it take Wimby, of all people, to go study under Jamal Crawford?
Hmm. They don't respect Jamal Crawford game.
Bruh, he's a potential starter. He chose not to start.
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, bro, I remember him starting, and I was like, "This nigga nice," and then he just stopped starting. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Like he did that on purpose. He literally dumbed himself down. Like he brought his like playing level down
He
because he was like,
became known as the best six man.
"Yeah, come on, bro. Who we know?" Like, what does that even mean? That means you was the number one. You just chose not to be number one.
Right. And it does play a discredit to his game. Like he could have been a multiple year
Come
all-star.
on, bro. Jamal Crawford was crazy, and Wemby's going behind him studying his. God bless America.
Just imagine Wemby with the between the legs behind the
Oh
back
my
layup.
god!
Come on now.
His stock's still went up, bro. You're gonna have to get that jersey, that ugly ass Spurs jersey. I hate that shit.
That's you, man. You out there. You about to no. You can get the Rockets jersey. I
How
don't know
about
what
you?
they doing.
The Rockets, I don't know what the fuck going on with them niggas.
Yeah.
They doing their thing though. I think they pulling it together. The young guys getting it. They seeing the other young guys doing the thing, and they're like, all right, it's time. It's now time to just play ball and stop being a jackass.
I agree. I see that. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I think their coach is very competitive, so I think that's bringing that out of them. And they did all the bullshit they can do in Houston, bro. It's only but so much you can do down here. So
Mhm.
that niggas done seen it all, did it all, done fucked all the hoes.
Facts. That's
Like,
true.
they like, all right, bro, let's start balling for real. So, and then you got to think this draft is the potential to see like, hey, if these young kids go crazy, then y'all positions might be up. So
Mhm.
be very careful because they drafted players almost similar to y'all. You know what I mean? And if they could exceed what y'all doing more efficiently, good night.
That's true.
So be very careful these young guys. You got I see the boy from the Lakers you was talking about drafting. I seen him
Yeah.
cross the shit out of somebody, then yammed on somebody. I was like, huh? Here they come.
The one the Lakers just drafted.
Yeah, I just seen the clip.
Hmm.
Still a little yammy. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he's real deal. He's real deal. Great pickup for them.
Yeah, man. I mean, what do you rate tonight's draft on a letter scaling?
Man, so far I think the talent level, like I said, isn't mediocre talent. These kids could play basketball. There's no superstars, but I think I'd have to give just in terms of just talent wise and player depth in the draft, I'd have to give the draft maybe a B minus.
Okay.
Overall, with certain teams hitting the mark, I think the Timberwolves getting Rob Dillingham with the number 8th pick, trading up and getting him from the Spurs
Right.
was an exciting pick for Minnesota because you could tell their need for a point guard with Mike Conley out. and Mike Conley's aged, right? So we might not see much more of Mike Conley in the next few years. So getting that person to be another spark in that offense, that was dope. And then as much as the pick didn't really make sense to me, I felt like the Lakers got a steal in Dalton Knecht. Um, I felt like he fits that offense very well. Well, I felt like he's pro ready. I think he just fits the offense because of what they do with Austin Reeves is so similar.
Right.
It just leaves me to kind of think what they have in store. Like, are you getting rid of D'Lo? Like, what is going to happen with D'Lo?
He's out of here.
Right. Like, where's Dalton Knecht going to fit? Is there going to be
Goodbye.
1-2? Like, is Austin Reeves going to start playing point guard? Like, what's going to happen? That's just
Right.
where I was left thinking. And then there's another kid, young kid. I think he was like 16, 17, just turned 18, probably AJ Johnson. That's the kid to look out for. He got drafted by the Bucks, and the Bucks drafted a kid that plays fairly similar to him a few years back, if not just last year out of Kentucky. I don't know what they'll do, but AJ Johnson is solid, man. Young kid. He wasn't invited to the boardroom, so when he got drafted, he came out of the stands to walk the stage, which was pretty cool. But he had a really good combine, and it'll be kind of cool to see what he does.
I give this. That was a beautiful take, man. Appreciate you. I give it a C. I give him a C plus. Coming from a casual, I don't know who the fuck these dudes was. All I knew was Bronny. Personally, that's all. As a casual, like that's all I knew. I was more like in learning more about the WNBA. So nothing these guys were doing was like, to me, was like, oh man, I gotta look forward towards y'all. So I'm C plus in it, because I believe in the talent that they have. So I believe that they're probably going to be able to do something. I'm just going to put a cap on myself, just not to, I don't see them. I don't know. If I had seen Bronny James and get drafted in here, then I would have probably put it at a B minus. But Bronny James didn't get drafted this round, so, and that was the reason why I was even going to watch it. You know what I mean? As a fan of LeBron, but as a fan of the NBA in general, just like a just super. I work a 9 to 5 casual ass dude, bro. It's just I was like, okay, cool. So C plus. But I'm definitely looking at these guys, looking at what they were doing. I'm going to watch the highlights. I'm going to look at everything and see, and hopefully they prove me wrong. You know what I mean? I believe in them, so hopefully they do prove me wrong. Speaking on the real quick on the WNBA, or do you have something to say real quick?
No, I think your take was exactly right. It wasn't exciting. There wasn't any, eye-popping names out there. Tomorrow will probably be the most heavily watched second round of the NBA draft that we've probably ever seen, just to see if Bronny could get drafted. There's probably going to be a lot of people watching, so we'll see.
Yeah. Just speaking on the WNBA real quick, shout out to Angela Reese. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want to say. Really. And man, it was hating crazy, but Angela Reese did them dirty.
Shout out to Angela Reese, man. I think she probably solidified her name as Rookie of the Year this year.
Hell yeah.
I'll be surprised if they give it to Caitlin Clark, just because Angel Reese is averaging a double-double. And her most recent game against Caitlin Clark in Indiana Fever was probably the best game of the season in the whole WNBA.
Come on, man. What we talking about, bruh?
They were down, I believe, 20.
Yes, sir.
And Angel Reese went bananas.
She was like, yo, I'm going to put the team on my back, bruh.
That's a fact. She ended up with like 30 points, 15 rebounds. She went berserk.
Yo, that's whoever was guarding her was fucking shocked, bro. She was getting shell shocked. I don't know why they didn't sub that girl out, bro. They was letting her get her ass. She must have been talking hella shit in practice. It was like, yeah, this is what she gonna get.
Yo, she's actually pretty good. I think her name is.
I heard she's a good player.
Something like that. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Angel Reese said that they both went to LSU, so they might have known each other. So the trash talk was a little.
Oh yeah.
The trash talk might have been just like, nigga, you know I'm better than you. You've been knew that kind of, you
You
know.
on here with the ops? Fuck out of here.
Right. I think the rep was even trying to tell them to stop arguing, and they was like, nigga, mind your business.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck
get
out of
out.
here. All up in their shit, bro. Let them talk, bro. Let they talk their shit. They both great players. Like, let them rock. They ain't
So,
about to fight. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
yeah, get the rest the fuck out of here. Bro, we need some real live refs, bro. We need to start like grooming these refs, man, because these refs they got out here are some bitch made refs, bro. I do not like them, bro. They like some. I don't get what's going on with this shit, bro. They wanna. Yo, they might as well just play ball against each other, bro. Ref versus Chicago refs versus fucking Milwaukee Bucks refs.
These refs might have a hand in Vegas, man.
Bro, somebody, you know what? Next episode we're gonna speak on that, bro. It was I want to pull up some stuff and I have some little technical difficulties. But if you want to briefly speak on that, alluding to what we'll be talking about in the next episode.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of control in the gambling world now, man, and not only players, as you've seen in the NFL, getting suspended and losing out on a lot of credibility just due to
Right.
gambling. These officials are just as in control of these games, you know, and it just looks bad. Like in the NBA, I just don't understand it. Like, let's go back to the finals. Dallas, you lose the series 4-1, but the game that you win by 40.
That
Like,
was insane.
like how does that happen? I'm just so confused.
But
Like,
no, let's give it let's blame Celtics a little bit. They shot themselves out the gym. They kept shooting. They just did not stop shooting, bro.
they did, but now let's look at this. Luka Doncic went to the line 6 times the game before that. The game they won by 40, he went to the line about damn near 20 times.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Yeah. That
there's a
sounded like there was something was
come
going
on now,
on.
like there's a vast difference in these calls, and cool. I don't know what's going on, but it just looked too funny. You know, you might as well just tell us who winning at the beginning of the year. So,
Yeah, we
you
gotta
know,
say some shit because I heard some shit about Chris Paul.
man, it's a
They
lot of
gonna
funny
they
shit
gonna
about
spoil it.
this.
They gonna spoil it. But that
Yeah,
shit was funny
because
as
I
hell.
definitely want to get into I don't know if you've been watching that clip thing, but there's a lot of people talking about how they casted all the players for that Clippers.
Oh nah, yo,
Uh,
send me what you got. Send me what you got. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna
I
watch
got
it.
you. I
Yeah,
got
send me
you.
what you got. We you know, I seen it.
First, the casting was wild, but when they did the Chris Paul, I just want yo. Yo, they did Chris Paul
I
so
seen
bad.
I seen the clip. I'm like, yo, what am I watching?
Yo, they had Big Baby Davis as a real live fat dude. Like, I don't know what was going on. Bruh was not even like, why y'all do that, bruh? Blake Griffin and Chris Paul is the same height. Like, bruh, this shit is bonkers, man. Big Baby was really just a fat guy.
Yo, yeah. They had to wear their uniforms like it was a fucking like a suit.
Yo.
Oh
Yeah, they gotta do
gosh.
better, man.
Yeah, she got going on, man. I gotta watch it now. It looks so stupid, bro. It's just
I think I watched like one episode, and I don't know the guy's name, but Al Bundy was just too much, man. I just had to get up out of there. I just had to get up out of there.
Who give
he
these
was
niggas money to do shit like this, bro? Bro, they be like, yo, the DEI, DIE. Oh, there's too many black people and shit. And they make shit like this on television, man.
man.
Oh man. Now I gotta watch that shit.
The foolery.
Oh my gosh, I needed that, bro. But yeah, man, shout out to the WNBA, shout out to the NBA draft, shout out to the international players getting into the NBA. I hope y'all get cooked. You know what I mean? But if you do stay vigilant and you become somebody like Wimby, who we starting to respect, like Giannis, who we starting to respect, you know what I mean? Yeah, but don't come in here with your nose up because you get dunked on, bitch. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Big facts.
You feel me? Call, what's that? What's the American shit? Curr, whatever that shit. Yo, seeing the video, right? These niggas like, yo, we get so mad when they be chanting USA. I'm like, yo, what y'all think niggas supposed to say? Like, fuck. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all making me a non like super patriotic nigga patriotic, bro. Like y'all wilding. I'm like, doing too much, bro. This shit is hilarious. But yeah, man, I'm gonna end it off on the Red Files, bro. Great episode, man. Appreciate you, Maul. Henny Maul, we here in the building. Episode 3? Yeah, episode 3. Red Files, man. We'll be back with another one. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.